good morning and welcome to the VSA Capital 5 Minute Morning Miner on Thursday, the 29th of January. And what a morning it's been. I mean, it's all go here. I mean, gold when I came in was at 55.70. It's actually slipped back now to 54.96. Silver's been over 120. It's now at 115. Uranium's over 100. It's just non-stop. I don't know how long this can go on for, but I actually don't think it matters. Even if we come back we could come back $1,000 in gold, but we'd still be in a roaring bull market for commodities because the underlying companies will be making so much money. So we don't really need to worry too much anymore about where the commodity price is on a day-to-day basis. The long-term trend is just so positive, and the companies are going to be making so much money. Now, we've got a lot of people reporting today, so we'll whiz through, if we may, Paul, and just sort of give a quick sort of headline look, if you see what I mean. Let's just start off. We had Antofagasta with a Q4 statement.
Yes, that's right. Copper production 177,000 tons in Q4, 9% higher quarter on quarter, but for the year 653,700 tons, which is 2% lower. Gold, on the other hand, for the fourth quarter, 66,000 ounces, 23% higher quarter on quarter. And for the year at 211,000 ounces, that's 13% higher. And moly production also up by 13% quarter on quarter, 4,400 tons, and up by 48% year on year. So with these better production numbers, you can also see that the cash costs either stayed level or were down slightly. So that when the financials come out on Antofagasta, they're going to look pretty good, I would say.
Yeah, I think they will look good. And look, copper, of all the commodities, you sort of feel that copper is the one it's not going crazy mad, but it has great long-term strategic upside because there is this supply and demand shortage. So anything to do with copper, actually, I think is looking pretty interesting. Now, Glencore also produced a full year production report. Clearly, a lot of this is dependent upon what the Glencore Rio situation is as well. But Paul, just talk us through the Glencore.
Yes, can do there. Full year production came out flat for pretty much on volumes for all their commodities except for coal, which was down by 20%. On their 2026 production guidance, they said that they expect flat volumes again across their metals, except for zinc, which will be lower. So in their case, it's not going to be as rosy when their financials come out, simply because without the really material changes in volumes, it'll just simply reflect what their changes in commodity prices have been on a year-on-year basis, pretty much.
Okay, we got more news coming out of strategic minerals down in Cornwall. They keep producing it. I mean, it's amazing. They did a placing the other day at 1.3p, very successful. Stock's already up to 2.5p. This is the way things are going at the moment. Paul, what's that news?
Yes, this is following on from the release of that twin drill hole we talked about in the last day or two of their subsidiary Cornwall Resources down on the Redmoor copper tungsten tin project in Cornwall. Snowden Optero has completed now a comprehensive remodeling of the geologic and mineral model for the deposit there at Redmoor, and that's what they're reporting on here today. So the design of what the ore bodies look like, or I should say mineralization, it's not an ore body yet. Mineralization looks like in the ground is different now. And what that does is it helps them to design the infill drilling program in order to bring the spacing between holes narrow enough in order to make a reserve statement in a PFS.
I mean, you've heard it from me so many times. Cornwall is just a very rich county for tin and tungsten. The tungsten price overnight as well, still going up. APT coming out of China at $1,430 an MTU. It really is quite extraordinary. Right, let's keep going through. Pulsar Helium. They've had some news out this morning, Paul.
That's VSA client. Pulsar Helium put out their full year results for the period ended September 30, 2025. Following us from our previous podcast, Pulsar is exploring for helium in the state of Minnesota and reported a net loss of $9.645 million and total assets of $2.4 million US. Uh, Private placements and listing costs came in. They raised $5 million through an AIM listing, and then subsequent private placements they raised almost $7.5 million, alongside 7.3 million Canadian in warrant and option exercises. So well funded during the year for this jet stream drilling program.
Yeah, and let's also just give a little mention to Kavango Resources, partially because I think we've got a meeting lined up with them down at Mining Indaba. Everyone's getting excited for Mining Indaba at the moment. We're not far off from it. Everyone wants the sunshine. Oh my God, it's going to be a party with commodity prices at this level. But Paul, what's the Kavango news?
Yes, they finally completed the last of the drill holes on their Bill's Luck gold mine project, Bill's Luck target on the Hillside project in Zimbabwe. That was a program of 7,700 meters drilled, which was half RC and just over 4,000 meters of diamond drilling. And they will put out a maiden mineral resource estimate based on these results in coming weeks.
Okay, and I think finally, I'm just going to mention Jubilee Metals. I think I've mentioned this before. Leon Kurtz, the CEO, is very, very difficult to get hold of. I will happily give anybody a very nice bottle of champagne if they can get me a meeting or lunch when I'm in Joburg with Leon Kurtz. It's a challenge to get hold of him. So I'm throwing it out there. Please, I don't know who the PR company is. Maybe they could organise it. But I will give, yes, a nice bottle of champagne to anybody who can organise me a meeting with Leon Kurtz. On that note, we'll call it a day and we'll be back tomorrow. Thanks.
Very good. See you then.
This podcast has been produced and edited by VSA Capital. It is intended for information purposes and not as investment advice. The information is intended for recipients who understand the risks associated with equity investments in smaller companies. Please do your own research and do not rely on a single source when making an investment decision. VSA Capital may derive fees from this content and seeks to do business with the companies mentioned.